Now we're going to talk about Module 4, which is how to teach glide step and how to transition from glide step into mark time and vice versa, from mark time to glide step to mark time. So the first thing we're going to do is teach what we call the upside down Y, which puts the body in a position which halfway completes a glide step, and you can define the feet and the body position. So the way you're going to teach it is to start with the feet together, and we're going to lock arms. And the reason we're going to lock arms instead of using a bracket is because it's going to be very difficult to maintain your balance when you're breaking this down into smaller components. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to move the body forward, starting on and of the beat, continuing on with and on count 1, landing on the left heel and the foot in a 90-degree angle with the weight distributed equally between the front foot, the front heel, and the back toe. So here we go. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and a 1. Now, what's important here is to define the foot, the angle you want, 9 degrees, or if you only want a little bit off the ground, or you want an exaggerated roll step with the toe up higher than 90 degrees. Now, things you want to avoid is leaning forward, you don't want with your shoulders, or leaning back. But you want to keep your shoulders and your hips in line at all times, okay? And also, she's on the ski line, which is what we use, and that's why it's good to teach this on yard lines. You'll get a ski line so that our toes don't turn out or in. Okay, now back up, let's try that again. You need to spend a lot of time on this, because until you get this uniform and you get this so that essentially that everybody understands the body position before the first glide step is completed, you'll never have uniformity otherwise. Here we go. So we lock the arms again, and we're going to go to the upside down Y by combining and a 1. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and a 1. And again, keep the head up. All right, don't look forward. And now make sure your weight is evenly distributed between the front heel and the back toe, and your foot's at a 90-degree angle. So look down and see, is your foot 90 degrees? Okay, let's try it again. And we're going to spend a lot of time on this. Okay? 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and a 1. Good. At ease. Okay, now this time we're going to complete the glide step by actually rolling from the heel to the toe, ending up with the back toe pointed and the weight on the front foot. Again, keeping the hips in line with the shoulders. And this will actually complete the roll of the glide step. You can imagine squeezing a tube of toothpaste as we roll from the heel to the toe. And again, keeping the hips in line with the shoulders. So now we're going to go with one complete glide step by combining and a 1E. So that's the 4-part. And a 1, the forms forward, and we move forward. On 1, the heel touches the ground, and E, we roll. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 1E. Now make sure your toes are forward and your inseams of the feet are in line, and we have completed one glide step. Try it again. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and a 1E. And spend a lot of time on this. Okay, and remember, don't lean forward or lean back. Okay, at ease. Now, once that's accomplished, we'll start to transition into a second glide step. But what we're going to do, though, is we're going to go take one complete glide step, and we're going to move to the end of the feet position for the second glide step, which means that the ankles be in line with each other in preparation for the second glide step. So we're going to add and, so the right foot moves up to the ankles in line with each other. Here we go. So this is basically 1.5 glide steps. 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a 1E and a 2. Again, try it again. 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 1E and a 2. Or I'm saying that wrong. And a 1E and up. Here we go. And. So this is going to be 1 and. Here we go. 1, 2, ready, go. And 1 and. There it is. Correction. All right, here we go. Like I said, this is informal. All right, if I make mistakes, we're not going to do retakes because I'm too old for that. All right, here we go. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and. Okay, at ease. Now we're ready to take the actual second glide step to the Y position of the second glide step. This time we're going to add the Y position on the right foot. So we're going to go 1 and 2. Here we go. 1 and 2. Ready, go. And 1 and 2. And then we're in a Y position. Define it just like the first step. Now we go back. This time we'll complete the second glide step, and we actually have transitioned in 2 complete glide steps. Okay? So this will complete the roll for the second glide step, and we now have completed 2 glide steps. 1, 2, ready, go. And 1 and 2. Now don't lean forward. Keep the hips in line with the shoulders. Lean forward a little bit. Okay, let's try that again. So when I'm saying lean forward, I mean this. Don't let the shoulders back and don't lean forward, but keep the hips in line with the shoulders. Okay, here we go. 2 complete glide steps. 1, 2, and ready, go. And 1 and 2. Okay, at ease. Now, if the tempo is real fast, then we have to push off on the preceding count. So instead of stepping off on and, it'll be 1, 2, 3, push, glide. So we're going to try a couple fast ones. This time, fast tempo. You're going to push off and take 1 glide step in a fast tempo by pushing off on the preceding count. Okay? So this is what happens when the tempo is fast. Again, this time, let's do it with brackets. Okay? Let's do it with brackets. And this time, make sure up on your toes and lower your weight, and making sure that 60% of the weight distribution is on the ball of foot, 40 on the heel. So here we go. 1 fast glide step. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Push, glide. Okay, try it again. Complete the glide step this time. 1, 2, 3. Push, glide. There it is. So you want to practice it at various tempos. At ease? So that's how we deal with the difference of fast and slow. Okay, now the hard part is to teach them how to transition. And when I use the word transition, I'm talking about when you move from one particular fundamental to another, or change anything drill-wise. It's called transition. The first transition we're going to teach is how do we go from mark time to glide. The first step is to mark time for closing the feet on count 4. Demonstration, 1, 2, 3, close. Okay, let's try it. And we'll do brackets. The only time that we're not going to use brackets is when we're actually teaching a new step where you can watch your feet. But now we're ready to go back to the brackets. Meanwhile, we're developing strength in the upper torso muscles. We're getting the weight where it's distributed, and we're not worried about instruments yet. Okay, here we go. Okay, 1, 2, ready, go. 1, 2, 3. Oh, my fault. Mark time 4 and close on 4.
Oh.
Ready? 1, 2, ready, go. Mark 2, 3, close. Again, 2, ready, go. Mark 2, 3, close. At ease. It's very important not to leave this part out, because if you don't, then they're going to rebound on the end of 4 in the mark time, and their feet will be in the wrong position to step off. Once they've mastered this, then you add 1 glide step. All right? And so remember, it's going to be lock on 4 and push off and step off on 1. Okay, let's try that. Here we go. So we're going to mark time 4 and take 1 glide step. 1, 2, ready, go. 1, 2, 3, lock and step. You okay? Let's do it again. Pretty good. 1, 2, ready, go. 1, 2, 3, lock and step. You got to do that several times. Okay? Then the next thing I would practice, which we're not going to demonstrate, I would practice doing mark time 8, 4, march 8. Okay, I would try that a couple times. But now, the next thing to teach is how do we switch from mark time, or excuse me, yeah, from glide step to halt. From glide step to halt. And also how to go from glide step to mark time. So going from glide step to mark time, what we're going to do this time, we're going to go forward march, glide step, 4 counts. On the end of 4, we're going to move our right foot into position for marking time, which would be the toe on the ground, ankles in line, heel slightly off the ground on the end of 4. So we're going to glide step 4, and on the end of 4, we're going to get into the preliminary position for mark time. Okay? Here we go, brackets. Forward glide. 1, 2, ready, go. 1, 2, 3, 4, and. That's it. Do it again. Brackets. 1, 2, ready, go. 1, 2, 3, 4, and. At ease. Coming back. Then you go right into mark time. You're all set. This time we're going to go forward march 4 and mark time 4. Here we go. 1, 2, ready, go. Glide, 2, 3, 4, and mark. 2, 3, 4, and close. Okay, let's do it again. glide 4, mark time 4, and halt. 1, 2, ready, go. Glide, 2, 3, 4, mark time, 2, 3, 4, and close. Good, at ease. So then the next exercise is transitioning we call stop starts by force, which would be mark time 4, glide 4, mark time 4, glide 4, mark time 4, glide 4, over and over again. For demonstration here, we'll just do mark time 4, okay, or mark time 4, glide 4, mark time 4, and halt. So mark time 4, glide 4, mark time 4, and halt. 1, 2, ready, go, and mark 2, 3, 4, and glide 2, 3, 4, and mark 2, 3, 4, and halt. And so you want to keep doing this, and you want to make sure you're doing what's called drift, out of position while you're doing mark time at ease. The good thing about this exercise, it teaches you to step off cleanly in rhythm and move to mark time cleanly without drifting out of position of your coordinate. So that's real important. Let's see, we didn't demonstrate all the different halts, did we? No. Okay, we want to show some different types of halts. The next kind of halt we want to do is what's called the touch and halt, which means your foot is going to move to the position of tendu, which is a point. Show them a tendu. That's a tendu. And we're going to use the tendu halt this time as a different type of a halt. So we're going to go forward march 4 and tendu halt. Okay, brackets. 1, 2, ready, go. 1, 2, 3, touch and close. Okay, try it again. And we actually point that toe, all right? 1, 2, ready, go. 1, 2, 3, touch and go. Okay, that's another kind of a halt. Now, Anita will show you another kind of a halt, which is exaggerated foot lift to give it a little more snap and a little more showmanship. 1, 2, ready, go. 1, 2, 3, 4, and halt. Okay? That's just another type of a showy way of halting. Of course, all that really matters is that we have uniformity with that, which is really important, okay? So that is how we demonstrate how to teach glide step, how to do transitions from mark time to glide, and glide to mark time, and how to halt in various ways, and exercises with the stop starts that we talked about. And you can do the stop starts in any counts. And that's like stop starts like mark time 8, glide 8, mark time 8, glide 8, mark time, or 4s, or 6s, or 2s, whatever. And again, once you start moving around, the best way to teach these fundamentals is in a circle, and you'll see that in my PDF file, good formations used while teaching fundamentals. Keep in mind, I'll have a PDF file for each one of these modules for you to look at to get a visual look at what we're actually doing. Okay, so that basically covers Module 4, which is glide step, and variations of transitions and halts and so forth.